Hello dear students, welcome to the online education of class 7 science. So dear students, in the previous class we have started the new lesson, that is soil. So soil is one of the important natural resources which is helpful for growing the crops, especially for the agriculture, for growing the garden plants, and it's one of the important natural resource for holding the roots of the plants firmly and absorb the nutrients from the soil. So what are the different animals organisms which live in the soil that we have discussed in the previous class, and I told you to make a list. I hope you have made a list of these all animals and plants which are found in this particular kind of soil: garden soil, soil from the open ground area, roadside soil from the construction site. So collect the samples and try to write the observation what you have found. So that I gave the activity for you. I hope you have done this activity, and now let's go for the next activity, that is what? Soil profile. So before that, there is one question that Paheli asked here. I wonder why I found some pieces of plastic articles and polythene bags in the soil sample collected from the roadside and the garden. See, in the previous activity 9.1, I told you people to collect the sample of soil from the roadside and sample of the soil from the garden and even from the construction site. But when the child has gone to collect the some sample of soil, that the child has found that pieces of plastic articles pieces, and as well as more quantity of polythene bags in the soil sample which is collected from the roadside as well as garden. Why it is found? So this is due to what? Most of us, we throw this polythene bags and plastic articles which are broken into the road or anywhere we like. Okay, that leads to what? That material to get mixed with the soil. So what are these polythene bags and plastics? So what is their contribution to the soil? So are they helpful, or are they going to harm something for the human life? See, so polythene bags and plastics pollute the soil. So polythene bags as well as plastic, what do they do? They pollute the soil. They also kill the organisms living in the soil. See, first of all, they are going to pollute the fertile soil, and moreover they are going to kill the organisms, smaller organisms which are living in the soil. And that's why there is a demand to ban the plastic substances or polythene bags and plastics. That's why the environmentalists, they have been trying to ban the plastic use of plastic bag or polythene bags and even plastic made materials. Why? Because they are going to kill the living things. Okay, so some other substances which pollute the soil are a number of waste products. There are number of waste products which are thrown into the soil, and even chemicals and pesticides. So chemicals and pesticides, they are also most number, they are going to be released into the soil. That also causes the what? The living organisms to die. Okay, they are going to harm a lot in the number by using a chemicals and fertilizers or pesticides. So waste products and chemicals should not be treated, should not be released immediately from the factories. So they must be treated before they are released into the water sources or before they are released into the nearby any soil. So the use of pesticides should be completely minimized. So by doing so, we can reduce the fertility of the soil can also be increased, and killing of microorganisms in the soil can also be reduced. Okay, so the soil can remain fertile. Okay, so I want to know whether the soil from a field can be used to make a toys. Okay, yes, of course you will make it, right? Yes. Now, so we'll go for next concept, that is soil profile. See, this is very important, dear students. So if you take any sample of soil, so it will have some soil profile. What is that? See, so soil is composed of distinct layers, means it is made of some separate layers or distinct layers. Okay, so perform the following activity to understand that how these distinct layers are arranged one above the another. So what is that activity? Let's see, 9.2. So take a little soil. So you have to take a small amount of soil. Okay, so break the clumps of the soil in your hand to powder it. So if you have taken the clump of soil, you have to break it to make it powder. Now take a glass tumbler. So take one glass tumbler and fill 3/4 of water. Fill it with a 3/4 of water, not completely. 3/4 of water should be added to the glass tumbler. And now add a handful of soil, powdered soil, to this glass tumbler with water. Now stir it well, okay, with a stick to dissolve the soil. With a stick you have to stir it well to dissolve the soil in the glass tumbler. Now let it stand undisturbed. Okay, after some time you have to allow it to stand without disturbing. Undisturbed, you have to let it stand, okay, for some times, or around 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, like that. Look at the figure 9.2. So after some time afterwards, you'll observe the following observation and try to answer for the questions which are observed there, which are asked over there. See, look at the figure 9.2. Here you can see the clearly the layers of the soil there. See, in the at the bottom, exactly on the bottom of the glass tumbler, you will have a gravel. Okay, so next after that there is a sand, layer of sand. First gravel will be there, later on there is a layer of sand, then clay will be there, it is lighter one, and later on water is there, then later on humus will be there. So these are the 5 layers of soil you can see. See, do you see any layers of particles of different size in the glass tumbler? Yes, you will see the particles of different layers of particles of different size in the glass tumbler. And draw a diagram showing these layers. You can do it. Are there any some dead rotting leaves on the top layer of the soil? Yes, of course. Okay, so dear students, I hope you have understood this concept, and let me continue this remaining concept of this experiment or activity in tomorrow's class. Thank you and have a nice day.